The U.S. men's national team lost to Germany today, but USA advances to the World Cup round of 16 anyway, playing Belgium Tuesday. Peter Welpton writes a World Cup blog for the Dallas Morning News, dallasnews.com, and talks World Cup weeknights on the ticket as well. Portugal helped out the U.S. today by beating Ghana, so the U.S. survives the group of death. Talk about this accomplishment for USA's men's national team.
It's a really big deal. The United States not only are playing in the round of 16 for the second consecutive World Cup, on a bigger note, they have now made the round of 16 3 out of the last 4 World Cups. And when you start to consider the other teams that have that same distinction, it's a pretty small list. It's like Argentina, it would be Argentina, Brazil, those types of countries. Not Italy, not England, not Spain. So it's a really, really big deal.
Jürgen Klinsmann from Germany faced his former team today, his home nation. Just kind of a fascinating dynamic there. But talk about the job he has done in general with this club and what he's going to have to tweak going forward. Kind of an interesting personality. A lot going on there with Mr. Klinsmann. Yeah,
he loves being the star of his own team, and he's gotten a lot of flack for that. But you have to say at this point, he got the team through this very difficult group. And that was really the first goal. So really now the business can begin. We can find out what he's really capable of. And he's made a lot of decisions along the way that people question that have worked out well for him, including starting Omar Gonzalez, a local boy here today.
Now to the knockout round, and this is a format we in this country are more familiar with. Basically, yep. you win or your season is over, your tournament's over. 16 teams left, single elimination. USA against Belgium Tuesday. What are the Americans' chances in this one?
Actually, I think they're pretty good. Belgium on paper is a stacked team with a lot of European superstars, but they haven't been playing very well. They went through and won all 3 games in a relatively easy group, but they've kind of struggled with the weather down there. And, by the way, the U.S. is actually a more experienced World Cup team than Belgium, who haven't been to the World Cup since 2002.
As a longtime soccer observer and a fan of the sport, can this World Cup popularity translate into more popularity in general for the sport of soccer in the U.S.? We've talked about this happening for a long time. It hasn't quite happened yet. Might this be the year that it does?
It's the question I've been answering for almost 20 years. Really what needs to happen is Major League Soccer, which I'm a day one hardcore fan of, needs to figure out a way to get those people to come support the local teams. I think this helps that, but that's really their biggest challenge and obstacle at this point, is getting people to avoid supporting just European teams and coming out and supporting American soccer.
Finally, as we wrap up in the last few seconds, it's a wild dream still. But does the USA team have any even remotely realistic chance of winning this tournament?
At the knockout rounds, anything can happen. But I'm going to be like Klinsmann. It would be an amazing story if it happened.
But basically, no, you're saying.
Right. Oh, also, and it's still, no biting is not allowed in soccer. I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
That guy got, what, 4 months today?
4 months.
He's like 9 matches?
Yeah, something like that. Scratching and pulling of hair is not also allowed in soccer. So.
We'll keep that in mind. Peter Welpton, great having you in tonight.
Thank you very much.
World Cup blogger for DallasNews.com and co-host of the Ticket's nightly World Cup show called
World Cup Kick Around, 7 p.m.
7 o'clock on the Ticket. I'm Mike Ducey, Fox 4 Sports.